And welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, for the full match preview ahead of Barca's return. And it's in the derby against Espanyol, fresh from wins against Bayern Munich and Real Madrid last week. Can we expect any changes from Hansi Flick? Today we're going to be talking about big words from him in his press conference. We're going to be talking about the expected lineup, and it is a packed preview here today, guys, because we've also got predictions on the way after you guys came storming back in El Clasico. What will happen this Sunday? I'm sure it's going to be great. So let's do it. But I want to start first of all, guys, with a very special super thanks shout out here to Celestina, who has been proudly wearing her Barca shirt during El Clasico last weekend. I'm sure that she enjoyed that win. Also here to Farhan, who celebrated his birthday just yesterday. I hope that we get a big win on Sunday as a late gift to you, my friend. And also to Chris there, who was also on fire during El Clasico in terms of the predictions there. It was in a bar in DC, and he won a Barca-themed cup in the process there. So thank you for all of the incredible support coming in. And guys, are you still feeling good? Are you still feeling that rush, that high after the week that we had before against Bayern, against Real Madrid? I'm sure that you are feeling all of those emotions still. And I've got to say, guys, it's almost felt this week like an international break. You know, the week has really dragged on. It's been a long time without seeing Barca, but I think it's given us time here to fully appreciate what we did, to fully appreciate the wins that we've had, and most importantly, to give those players a bit of recovery time. And today, Hansi Flick in his press conference said, full on, I expect my players to play tomorrow with full intensity because we've had a whole week of recovery. Flick is under no illusions here that the players should be ready to go again, and I'm excited to see how we play in a derby match as well. What better way to get the blood pumping again, because we'd love nothing more than absolutely destroying Espanyol. And indeed, guys, I would like to give you here a few more stats to get you even more excited about this weekend's game, because in terms of the team that we are facing, our local rivals, they're a disaster this season. They genuinely are. They are 17th in the league right now. In terms of shots on goal, 18th. Goals scored, 15th. Goals conceded, 18th. They have the 19th worst possession stats in the league, but they are 5th in fouls. I mean, of course they are. If there's one thing that they excel in, it's getting under people's skin, and particularly when it comes to Barca. But Espanyol this season have had the worst away record of any team in La Liga. 5 games away, no points, 2 goals scored, 10 goals conceded, and just 1 solitary point. And can I just say, Robert Lewandowski in La Liga this season has scored more goals, and comfortably more, than Espanyol's entire squad. 14 goals to 10, Lewandowski is winning on his own. And the last time that Espanyol beat Barca in La Liga, Lamine Yamal was 18 months old. He was back there in 2009. Yamal was 18 months. That is ridiculous. But a quote that I did find really interesting ahead of this game this weekend actually came from a former Espanyol president there who said, I see basically no chance for us to win. He said, I don't even plan on watching the game. I'm going to turn my phone off. I'm going to go off the radar. And then when it's over, I'll see what happened. He said, I have absolutely no hope and no excitement. And I think here, guys, this is actually part of a wider message right now when it comes to teams who are facing Barca, because I believe plenty of our opponents, they're starting to feel this way. I mean, maybe they don't always say it publicly. They won't always come out and say, we've got no chance. But they are starting to fear us again. And that is really important here. Getting that fear factor back at Barca here. We want our opponents to be trembling. We want to rob them of all hope before the game even starts. That's what big statement wins do. That's what wins against Bayern, against Real Madrid. And the way that we did it, those are the kinds of messages that you send out to everyone. But can I also just say, guys, Espanyol's coach, Manolo Gonzalez, well, he's come out fighting today. He has actually come out and said, tomorrow we are going to run like animals. Barcelona has weaknesses, and we are going to win tomorrow there. So the Espanyol coach he has belief, he has confidence in his players. Despite what they've done so far this season, despite what we've done, he is coming here believing they can win. Which means only one thing. There is no room for overconfidence. There is no room here for Barca to be complacent. We know what we've achieved so far. We know the victories that we've been able to secure, but it means nothing now. This is a new week, it's a new game, and we must be ready to destroy Espanyol. Because indeed, guys, rather predictably in his press conference after those big wins of last week, Hansi Flick was asked by the journalist there, do you believe now that you're the firm favourites for the league title? Are you willing to say that Barca are the outright favourites now? But Flick, again, he wasn't going to be drawn into that there. He's not going to be sucked into these kinds of questions from journalists. He said, it's a long way though, a big smile on his face. He said, a lot of things could happen, so we don't expect anything. He said we're in a good mood, we've got a good flow right now, but we must keep going. He said I was really happy with the training session that I saw from the players today, and he said we just focus on ourselves. We do not think about anybody else. All we think about is our team. And yet again here, Flick here, he's not going to be distracted. He's not going to lose focus, and therefore the players, they are going to be locked in tomorrow. Flick was also asked there today, though, about the defence at Barca. Of course, that's been a really key topic over the past few games there, how well they played in the system, of course, as well, that we're deploying with the high line. And he was especially asked there about Pau Cubarsí and Inigo Martinez, the strength that they've provided as a centre-back pairing. And Flick gave them huge credit. He said for Pau and Inigo, playing together so often has really helped with their understanding, because he said the style that we want them to play, we know it's not easy. We know it's a very demanding style system for the team. He said you need 100% focus for 90 minutes every game, and he said that is exactly what they are doing. He said we're so happy with what we're seeing from Cubarsí and from Inigo Martinez. And of course the defence at Barca as a whole, it has been locked in, it has been fully focused, and that high line, it is cooking. And I would like to just talk here about one of those centre-backs. He's spoken as well about Inigo Martinez and how good he has been, but I also want to mention Pau Cubarsí here, the 17-year-old, let's not forget, who has become an undisputed starter at the heart of Barcelona's defence. He's had incredible performances, unbelievable calmness that he's shown, and he comes off the back here of back-to-back games against Bayern, against Real Madrid, and he's come face-to-face with Harry Kane and Kylian Mbappe. He did not bat an eyelid. This kid is ice cool. He is unbelievable. But you know what I found incredible? The quote that came out this week where he said, I'm still in high school. He said, in the morning I train, but then I do school from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. But he said, if there's a Champions League game or I've got to travel away, then I can't actually go to school. He said, the next day I have to ask for notes on what I missed. I mean, that really just puts it all into incredible perspective. Can you imagine? He goes away, he plays a Champions League game for Barcelona at 17. The next day, he's texting his mate, oh, do you mind sending me notes? Do you mind giving me a bit of a recap on what I missed yesterday? Sorry I couldn't make it. I was playing Champions League football. I mean, that is absolutely incredible what he's doing at his age. It's flawless. Speaking, though, about centre-backs and important members here of the Barca squad, I would like to talk a little bit about Ronald Araujo, because actually this week, he's been quite busy too, but in different ways. On Wednesday, Ronald Araujo personally organised a team meal for the full squad of players and also the coaching staff after training, and he saw it there as an opportunity to celebrate the team's form, the results that we've had recently, and also just to continue bring everyone together and keeping it a really tight-knit, close squad. That's really important. And that team meal apparently lasted for 5 hours. It was a really big event there that everybody very much enjoyed. And of course, Araujo, he hasn't been able to be part of it on the pitch yet. You know, he's still waiting to have his impact on this team as a player, but he is still a very important member of the squad as a whole, of course. He is one of the captains, and keeping everything together, it's an important role, and it's very important over the course of a season there. So nice to see him taking that initiative. And that might not be all the progress that we've seen from him this week either. Fernando Polo this morning saying the board have received positive signs when it comes to Araujo's renewal, when it comes there to speaking with his entourage, the feelings that they're getting. Of course, his deal expires in 2026. The club have been trying to make a breakthrough. Hasn't happened yet. But the feeling is that Araujo is now more inclined to renew at Barca. And apparently a new meeting will take place between Araujo's agent and the club within the next 2 weeks. So we're going to find out a lot more then. But definitely more positive signs there. And that would be in line with his return schedule, of course. Remember that Araujo pushing hard, stepping up that intensity in training. We're looking at November now. After the international break that's coming, we'll be looking then for his return. And today, Hansi Flick gave us another update. He did say, we're not pushing him, we're not forcing anything with Araujo, but he said right now, he is in good shape. He's increasing his training, and it was a big injury, so we have to take care of him. But he said, when you see him in training, when you see what he's doing, what he's capable of, what he can bring physically, he said it is great to see what he is doing, and I'll be really happy when he is back. And every single time that Flick is asked about Araujo there, he talks about those physical attributes. He talks about the excitement that he has about his return, and we are moving closer. Every single day here, Araujo is making strides, and we all can't wait to see him back. Flick, though, was also asked about another important member of the squad in his press conference, a man who came on against Real Madrid and had an extraordinary impact on the game. It is indeed Frenkie de Jong there. And he was asked by a journalist, basically, does Frenkie de Jong's style suit what you want in this Barca team? The journalist is basically saying that maybe former Barcelona coaches haven't used him in the right way, that his style hasn't always suited the team. But do you feel as though he will be better, more suited to what you want to do at the club? And Flick was very, very clear in his answer there about Frenkie's style, about what he can bring to the team. He said, I really appreciate what I see from Frenkie. He said, you saw in the second half in Madrid, he came on, he gave us stability, he gave us control in the game. He said he is a fantastic player for us. And he's also suffered a big injury, like Araujo, so we have to go slowly, but he gives us more options, and that is a great thing there. So Hansi Flick really happy, really impressed with what he's seeing from de Jong, and especially the impact that he came on and had in the Clasico. And right now, the media are absolutely convinced that Frenkie will start this game. It's been coming for a while. We've heard lots of rumours, lots of hopes there about Frenkie maybe making his way into the starting lineup. Hasn't happened yet. But after that Madrid performance, after he's now had again a strong week in training, no concerns there physically with him, that's really important. Is he in line to make his first start since back in April? And that was actually against Real Madrid, of course, when he picked up that serious ankle injury that he's been suffering so much with. And now more than 5 months in the making, is Frenkie de Jong about to return to the starting lineup? Because indeed, guys, when we do move on to Hansi Flick's plans for this game, like I say, we've had a whole week of rest here since El Clasico, so the players here have been able to recover in the right way, to be given a few days off. That's important there. And I didn't really get the feeling in Flick's press conference today that we're going to see a load of rotation. We've got games coming. We've got Champions League in midweek, of course. We got that to think about. But all Flick kept saying was, we're focusing on this game. We're not thinking ahead. We're not planning for games to come. We are thinking about Espanyol, and we want to win this game. So I don't think we're going to see too much rotation from him. Maybe one player who could be rotated, though, in my opinion. It might be Pedri. That's the feeling that I'm getting here with these rumours about the midfield that we're seeing. Possibly Pedri could be rotated because we've got to take care of him. He has been absolutely sensational of late, such a key part of our team. And for that reason, we need to keep him healthy. We need to keep him fit and available. So right now I'm going to say that Iñaki Peña, he's going to continue in goal. What a performance he had against Madrid. Let's see it again now. Hopefully he won't be as busy against Espanyol, but it's still a big game for him. I would expect the backline to be unchanged. We're all waiting for some rotation there. How exactly can we do it? We don't really want to mess around with that backline, so I don't actually think Flick will. Koundé, Pau, Kubasi, Inigo and Balde have been rock solid. But then in midfield, we spoke about the combinations yesterday. Could we see for the first time, starting together, Marc Casado alongside Frenkie de Jong there at the base? And against Espanyol, that feels like a good setup. It feels like we're very much protected there in that midfield area. I think Yamal will will start on the right-hand side. Of course, he's another player that we're going to try and manage their minutes, and the same as well for Rafinha on the other side. But I think both of them will start in this game, but maybe they will come off as the game goes on. But I think in the number 10 role, we may also be about to see again Dani Olmo back in the starting lineup. Of course, he's had to wait, he's had to be patient, started as well from the bench against Real Madrid, but I think here he will start this game in the 10, and we get to see that quartet again. We get to see Yamal, Olmo, Rafinha, and the main man, Robert Lewandowski, the goal scorer, who has been firing them in for fun this season. Can he do it again on Sunday? Well, let's move on to the predictions. Because indeed, guys, during El Clasico, not only did Barca absolutely smash it, but you guys did exactly the same. You got both predictions correct there in terms of the goal scorer and the winning margin. It was incredible, and that means you are leading. You have now got ahead of me in the predictions race, and this game too, you are still backing the main man Lewandowski by a mile. I mean, look at the confidence that everybody has here in Lewandowski to score that first goal. More than all other players combined, let's not forget. So much confidence right now in our number 9, and this is what we want to see. We want to see Lewandowski banging them away for fun. That is what he's all about, and he's shown it again here under Hansi Flick. But in terms of the winning margin here, I think we are going to disagree very slightly. You guys have gone here for a win by 3 or 4 goals. That's the majority. Plenty of people went for more as well, though. And that is where I'm going to go. I'm actually going to come out and say here that Barca are not just going to win against Espanyol. They're not just going to win comfortably. I believe on Sunday we will absolutely demolish our city rivals. Espanyol will be dispatched. And I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait to see here a fully rested, fully focused Barcelona team, fresh from those big wins and full of confidence. What a game it's going to be. I cannot wait. And please, guys, do let me know all of your predictions down below. How would you like to see Hansi Flick line up? Who would make your starting lineup in this game? And what is the score going to be? And who's going to score first? I will catch you after the game for the full reaction. It should be very special. Thank you indeed, guys, for watching and for all of your support. But until next time, as always, Visca, El Barça.